Hello world, this is Wolfstar Games, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. I almost want to make that my new intro, because I find it too much fun to say, hello world, in my voice for the Frau. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I go with that? It would make it more fun of an intro, saying it that way, instead of, you know, hello one and all. I haven't been getting much comments lately, but I would really love to hear what you guys think about me changing my intro to that instead. Last time, we were witness to what seemed like a press conference at a.k.a. or Exoskeleton Company, where Misa-ne works. You know, she seemed to be getting very emotional about what's going on with the hug, and you know, maybe in the back of her mind she is concerned about Mazuka, because more than likely she knows that Mazuka uses a hug, so more than likely she was thinking about Mazuka when she was trying to do the press conference. So I want to say that's why she broke down crying, because she doesn't want anything to happen to Mazuka. I mean, that's the only possible reason I can think of why she would break down crying during a press conference about the fatalities that the hug can cause. So I decided to come back here to Frau's place to see if there were any geotags, and you know, I wasn't finding any here. But when I was looking here, I panned over to the right here, only to find this water bottle. Mages! You know, before I actually start recording, I do test recordings. I actually forgot that I was recording at the time when I went back here, and I actually have my blind reaction to this that I'll show you right here. Oh my god! As you can see, I was very surprised. I gotta say, nice plug, game, to Mages Incorporated, the video game company slash record label company as well. This is actually a rebranding name of 5PB, as I had found out when I looked the name up, just to make sure I knew what I was talking about here. So I was not aware that they had changed their name to Mages. So that's a bit of new information. So unfortunately no geotags, but it was cool to find that. So it was kind of worth it to come back to find this water bottle with Mages written on it. Anyway, I'll cut ahead here to where we need to be. Alright, this is where we last left off, with Kaito and Akiho in front of their homes. And as Akiho says, "Ah, you're back."
あれ、アキちゃん何やってんの?
Akiho is standing in front of my house. For a hot second, I thought I accidentally went to the Senomiya's. But no, this is definitely my house. After club activities, we'd gone home together and parted ways before sunset.
うちに用なら入ればいいのに。
Maybe she doesn't have a question for your parents, Kaito. Maybe she wants to talk to you. There's light shining through the windows. I don't know if Dad is home, but Mom is for sure.
用ってほどじゃなくて。ただ、カイの部屋、明かりついてないなーって思って。ちょっと覗いてみていなかったから帰ろうと思ったの。そしたらちょうど帰ってきたってわけ。
入る？飯まだなら食べていってもいいよ。今日のメニューが何か知らないけど。
I mean, that's nice of Kaito to offer dinner to her. Question is, though, is there enough food?
ほんといいって、そういうつもりで来たんじゃないから。
あ、そう？
While I park my scooter in the garage, Akiho silently kicks stones at her feet. Does she want to talk about something? I mean, it kinda seems like it. If that was the case, she could have just hit me up on Twipo or given me a call. It's much more meaningful, though, to talk in person.
で、ロボ部の解散でも告げに来たわけ？
Hell no, no way. She wouldn't come to dissolve the robot club.
違うよ。
Yeah.
じゃあ何？ミサ姉がテレビに出てたこと？
Did Akiho see the press conference? I want to say yes with that reaction. Yeah, sad Akiho again. Aww.
図星か。
Yeah.
なんでわかるの？カイってうちの心読めたりするのかな？
He just knows how to read Akiho. They've known each other for so long.
アキちゃんはわかりやすいからね。
That's another way to put it, I guess.
お姉ちゃん、テレビ出てたね。
Yeah.
ああ。泣いてたよ。
Yeah. And that made me feel sorry for her.
うん、泣いてた。
連絡とか来た？
I'm willing to bet she didn't. I mean, how long has it been exactly since Misa-ne has talked to her little sister?
うん。
アキちゃんからはした？
I want to say she tried to, but Misa-ne didn't pick up.
うん。
No? I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought Akiho would try and contact her sister.
そう。
Especially after seeing something like that.
した方がいいかな。
I mean, you could try. It's like that's the least you could do.
メール送るくらいならいいんじゃない？返事はあんまり期待できないかもしれないけど。
I mean, if she won't talk over the phone, maybe she'll respond back to a text at a later time? Maybe? But I feel like that's a stretch, given her, Misa-ne's track record of not talking to Akiho.
そっか。うん、わかった。送ってみる。
Alright. Did she really come all this way just to get my approval? There's more to it than this, isn't there?
あのニュース見ててね、思ったんだ。
Yeah? What were you thinking about?
お姉ちゃんがいる場所はとても遠いんだなって。
I mean, she is a long ways away.
別世界だよね。
Compared to Tanegashima? Yeah, I could see Tokyo being another world to an islander, I guess.
ねえ。
Akiho goes silent again. And being sad, Akiho. Oh. If she was in her usual high spirits.
お姉ちゃんを泣かしたあの新聞記者、絶対に許さないんだから。うちの頑張れるなんちゃらなんちゃらパンチでギッタンギッタンにしてやる。
I like that this is what he's picturing in his head. And picturing what she would say. I'll show those reporter jerks. She'd probably say something like that. Yeah, but she's not. It's like she's down in the dumps, you could say.
うん。それだけ。うち帰るね。
That's it? I thought there would be more to it than just that.
本当にそれだけ言いに来たの？
徒歩2分だし、いいじゃん、来ても。
Yeah, she doesn't live very far. It's like, it's no problem at all. I guess not. But she still could have just called.
あ、そうだ。明日から夏休みだけど、部活はちゃんとやるからね。
Right, yes. It's like even though school's out, the robot club is still in full swing.
明日は土曜日だよ。
That won't stop Akiho from continuing with the robot club. Doesn't make any difference if it's during the week or during the weekend.
ロボ部の夏休みに土日なんてないのだ。朝起きてなかったら迎えに来るから。
It's a little playful threat there. I'm just kind of picturing her, sneaking into the house early morning, going into his room, and just like flipping off the blankets off his bed and pulling him out of bed. That, or maybe a bucket of water. That would wake him up. A bucket of cold water.
じゃあ、おやすみ。
Have a good night. Akiho lightly waves her hand and walks away. I smile bitterly as I see her off. Why bitterly?
まったく、アキちゃんは本当にミサ姉が大好きだよね。
Well, of course she does. They're sisters. And even though that Misa-ne and Akiho don't actually keep in contact, that doesn't stop Akiho or Misa-ne, for that matter, to, stop loving each other as siblings.
まあね。
Yeah. I can only hear Akiho's voice coming from further down the dark street. The buzzing of the cicadas. Summer break. The last one of my high school life. My precious, valuable summer break. Being so dramatic here. A month and a half long promised paradise. Just imagine if Kaito were to go to the US where the school is out for 3 months. Or that's what it was supposed to be. Instead, I have to come into club. My dreams of playing Kill Ballad to my heart's content sink deep into the ocean. That's very melodramatic of you, Kaito. Hi, Subaru. And for some reason, Subaru's in the hangar.
Subaru! 生きてたんだ!
Alive? Yeah. I'm glad he's okay after what happened with his father. I'm actually surprised he was able to show up here. Did he sneak out?
アキちゃん、いきなり何言ってんの?
I mean, she put it in a fair enough way. Subaru? You okay, buddy?
おはようございます。
Ohio. His greeting is even colder than usual. Colder. I mean, it's clearly with his father showing up that has rattled him. And of course getting punched by his father as well. It's like, geez. He looks bored, sitting on a parasol chair while drinking a can of coffee. A can of coffee?
ねえ、ここに来ても大丈夫なの?
Yeah. It's like, what did your father have to say? Aside from what he said in front of us.
あ、そうか。お父さんと和解できたんだね。とことん話し合って活動を許してもらったとか。
I don't think he made peace with his father.
僕の父親はそんな生ぬるい人間じゃありませんよ。
Yeah.
許してもらえるはずがないでしょう。
I figured. So he did sneak out?
じゃあ。
父さんからはきつく怒られました。二度とロボット遊びはするなとね。
Of course, yeah. And with M45 completely destroyed, you know, I do actually wonder if he was thrown away or if he might have been saved from Subaru and is just kind of holed away secretly somewhere in his room, maybe. Or somewhere that his father wouldn't expect to find a robot.
だからここに来ているのは内緒です。
また親父さんがここに来たらどうするのさ。
That would be bad again.
問題ないですよ。
It won't? How will it not be a problem? Subaru sadly hides his gaze.
僕がここに来ているのは一人で静かに勉強するためということになっていますから。
So you're continuing to lie to your father. That's just gonna get him deeper in hot water with his father. I am... Okay, so... Now I'm worried about Subaru. First I was worried about Mizuka, now I'm worried about Subaru. A closer inspection of the table next to him reveals a stack of textbooks and notebooks.
その言い訳はさすがに通用しないでしょう。
I'd actually have to agree with Kaito.
大丈夫ですよ。
Will it?
根拠は？
I'm doubtful. And yeah, how can you be sure?
M45 は父さんの目の前で解体しました。
Oh, really? So, no more M45.
Eh?
Yeah, and of course Akiho would be surprised to hear that.
ホビーロボの趣味は完全に封印することを証明する意味でね。
But it's really not sealed away, right? Otherwise, why would he have showed up here? I mean, hobby robots are one thing. The Gunvarel prototype robot, gun build one, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's not a hobby robot exactly. I mean, it's too big to be a hobby robot. So, I kind of get the feeling now that that's how he's going to counter-argue his father. Sealed away his interest in hobby robots, but other robots that are not hobby robots. Oh boy. That's just gonna get him even deeper in trouble.
ですから、ロボワン世界大会への出場もキャンセルです。
Yeah, not with M45. Have to use a different robot. The Gunvarel robot, maybe?
ラシオ先輩には申し訳ありませんが。
Maybe Subaru just came here to, tell them all of this.
いや、ミスターヒアデスにならなくて済むんだから俺としては助かるけどね。
スバル M45 を解体したなんて辛かったでしょ。
I imagine it was. Akiho looks like she's about to cry. Aww. It's like a lot of sad Akiho already. Oh. She slowly walks over to Subaru and gently grasps his hand. Aw.
いや、部長。
It's like she's like consoling him, but it's like Subaru doesn't seem to be all that broken up about it.
うちにはわかるよ。スバルがどれだけ辛かったか。M45 はスバルにとっては分身でパートナーだもん。
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
そんなあの子を自分の手でバラさなくちゃいけないなんて悲しいよ。というわけでスバル、走りますか。
A run? Go for a run?
は？
Like the 50-meter dash or something?
ほら、あの夕日に向かって。
Into the setting sun. Okay, so like as if it's the end of a movie and you're walking off into the setting sun and it's like a happy ending when it's really not. Akiho pulls Subaru by the hand and forces him to stand, then points at the sky beyond the runway. It's still totally blue. Yeah, that's what the color of the sky is, blue. Thanks for pointing that out, Kaito.
走りませんよ。
Oh, come on, why not, Subaru? Get your worries off your chest.
アキちゃん走ったら発作出るでしょ。
Yeah, if she runs too hard, yeah. She always has to sit and watch the others during PE. It's that bad, huh? Even during PE. Akiho pouts her lips and releases Subaru's hand.
でも
Demo what?
あの時 M45 をかばおうとしてくれて、そのありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. This is a new expression on him. Huh. Getting some new expressions with the character, with a couple of the characters already. It's like first Frau, now Subaru. Are we gonna get new ones of Akiho soon? And Juna?
こうじゃ。
Yeah, Barry.
Oh, まさかスバルがこんなに素直になるなんて。
Never thought you'd see the day where Subaru thanks you?
カイ、スバルが心を開いたよ。
I mean, that's one way to put it, yes.
いや、俺に報告しなくていいから。
別に心を開いてなんていませんよ。
I mean, that's how she's seeing it, Subaru.
僕はただロボアンに出ることもできなくなって暇になったので、ここで勉強するついでにその
Yeah?
頑張れる建造を少しくらいなら手伝ってもいいかと思っただけです。
I mean, that's not a bad proposition.
それ本当？
I never expected to hear those words come out of Subaru, quite frankly. I mean, it's actually not all that surprising. It's like he wants to continue building robots. I mean, he wants to be an engineer. A robot engineer, specifically. So, for him wanting to help build Gunvarel, of course he would want to. I guess having his dreams denied by his dad was a pretty big shock.
せっかく部員増えたのに、みんなガンツクワンのこと無視してるんじゃないかって焦ってたけど、時は来た。これで勝利は間違いなし。
Okay, that was a new one from Akiho. Fist pump. And so Akiho's dream moves forward. All's well that ends well. Such a cliche line. If Subaru's going to help with building the robot, I can finally give my mind and body to Kill Ballad. Of course. Talk about some good news to kick off summer break, am I right? At the robot clinic. Oh, from the point of the robot doctor. Oh boy, I don't have a voice for him. Okay, so I mean, ooh, this music. Really rocking. I like it. Okay, so a voice for the robot doctor. Whenever one is in a flood of sound, one's body naturally gets into a rhythm. For me, the rhythm of rock best matches my body's rhythm. That's why I always have some playing loudly in my store. At my age, I've started to think it wouldn't be so bad to die surrounded by this sound. I grin to myself. I want Subaru's here. I figured Akiho would be, but not Subaru. I sense someone's presence and look toward the door. 2 high school students have come in. The girl is a regular, but the boy with her isn't her usual escort. Never seen him before. Like, yes, you little brat. What is it? It's like, I can hear her, but it takes a while for the doc to actually respond. The girl is shouting something at me and seems to be gesturing with her hands to turn down the volume. I have no choice, so I turn the dial on the stereo amp. There we go. Although I was really enjoying that music.
絶対耳おかしくなってるよ、ドク。
I mean, he may be hard of hearing. That's probably why he has the music so loud.
ツケを踏み倒すようなクソガキに言われる筋合いはねえよ。
I put the parts bill on her tab, but she hasn't shown her face in over 20 days. Really that long? I didn't realize that it's been that long since she's been at the robot clinic. The robot club is a regular customer, but I never thought the current president would be a brat who trampled on my kindness. I mean, Akiho is just being Akiho. It's like she can't help the way she is. I heard she's Mizaki's Mizaki's. Excuse me. I heard she's Mizaki's younger sister, but she's completely different. I thought, I suppose they are kinda like in a way. What is she giggling about? In response to my words, Senomiya Akiho, I just lumped them all together and called them Robot Club. Boldly laughs. That didn't sound like a boldly laugh. That sounded like a giggle. Then she slams some money down on the counter with as much strength as she's got, causing bills to scatter everywhere.
借金まとめてお返しします。
Her whole debt. She has all the money she needs to pay him?
何の真似だ。
It's like, don't be afraid, Akiho. The girl rushes to gather up the money that got strewn all over the counter, and offers it to me while bowing down.
お納めください。
Oh, it's like we really are getting a lot of sad Akiho. Are these kids these days this cheeky, or do they just lack common sense? I mean, common sense is sorely lacking in today's society, so that wouldn't be surprising. Whatever. A customer is a customer. True. Very true. I accept her money and begin checking the amount.
確かに普通なら利子を取るところだが今回は特別だ
Well, isn't that nice of him?
ドク、遅くなって本当にごめんなさい。
I mean, it takes a long time to earn the money that you need to pay someone back.
どうせ学校に借金のことを言わなかったんだろうだからめんどくせえことになる
だって学校のお金じゃなくてうちの個人的な借金だったから学校に言ってもどうせ出してくれないだろうし
Unfortunately. It's like that would have really helped Akiho out if they did, but with the situation being as it was, she had to use her own money.
賞金ならそっちの兄ちゃんがたっぷり持ってんだろうが
So the robot doctor has known who Subaru is?
ミスタープレアですだろお前さん
なぜわかったんです
あの程度の変装なら誰だってわかるに決まってんじゃねえか寝ぼけてんのか
Half asleep? I mean, to be fair, Kaito was able to tell who it was, but Akiho and Michi did not figure it out.
誰だってってそんなバカな
It's really not that impossible.
うち普通にわからなかったけどな。ミチや教頭先生も言われるまで気づいてなかったみたいだし。
Oh, that's right. Also, Vice Principal Usui.
それはよっぽど人の顔を見てねえかてめえらの目が節穴なんだよ
節穴じゃあカイの目は節穴じゃない
Interesting way of putting it.
そんなことよ
Being
り
blind.
プレアデスの正体を知ってどうするつもりですか世間に公表しますか
I don't think the robot doctor would do that.
こっちはプロだ客の情報を漏らしたりするかよ
Okay. That he's taking it in this way. A customer, Subaru's a customer, but he won't leak. So he won't leak any information about him. We have the robot doctor's confidence.
さあ用が済んだなら帰んな
I have no intention of continuing this scatterbrained conversation. Time to turn my beats back up. Yes, please do. I was really rocking to it too.
待ってドク待った
なんだまだあんのか
もちろんあるよそのために来たんだから
For once, Robot Club is shooting straight with me instead of dancing around the order she wants to make. She's probably getting carried away because she's got some cash. Aside from the money that she just paid him with?
パーツを買いに来ました。
Alright. We do need parts. Right on the mark.
ホビーロボのパーツか。
I'm pretty sure Gunvarel parts.
違うよ。
Yeah. However,
ガンツクワンのパーツ。
yeah, called it. There's a surprising dazzle in her eyes. Are you really surprised at this point, Fujita? It's like that summer 9 years ago, when her older sister first visited this unstylish, oily store of mine. Unstylish, oily store. Interesting description of his. It's like of his own store. Right now, thanks to the worldwide robot boom, there are a lot more girls who have an interest in hobby robots. But back then, hobby robots themselves were a minor thing. Only a small number of enthusiasts even knew they existed. Naturally, the visitors to the robot clinic were people interested in crafts and machines, plus otaku with money to burn. Yet in the midst of it all, that young lady appeared before me.
こんにちは。
Wow. Misa-ne younger. That must be your school outfit. Doesn't she look happy? To be perfectly honest, I never even imagined that a girl around the age of my granddaughter would visit my store.
お嬢ちゃん、店を間違えてるぜ。ここはお前さんみてえのが来る店じゃね
え。It is for what she needs.
あなたがロボドクターですか？中央種子島高校ロボット研究同好会の瀬宮美咲と言います。
Without at all reacting to my words, the girl calmly introduced herself.
ロボット研究同好会聞いたことねえな。
今日できました。
Oh, okay. So, the same day that she went into the robot clinic was the same day that the robot club was formed. Very serendipitous.
その制服、中央種子島高校だろう。確か今日が入学式じゃなかったか？
今日入学して今日作ったんです。
And school started the same day. A lot of firsts here.
誰がだ？
私が。
Of course.
バカ言っちゃいけねえな。
Exactly how is that ridiculous?
ここは素人の来るところじゃねえぞ。
入学式が終わったからまっすぐここに来たの。そうしようってもうずっと前から決めていたから。
その同好会何人所属してんだ？
一人です。
お前さんだけか。じゃあやめとけ。いい笑い物になるだけだ。
そんなことは別にいいんです。
Like, that's exactly what Akiho would say too.
それより ロボドクターのあなたに見てほしいものが。
She then opens up a simple single-page blueprint.
ホビーロボか。
Oh, that's the blueprints for Gunvarel.
違います。
じゃあなんだ。
実物大の巨大ロボットを作りたくて。
帰んな。二度と来んな。
It's like, well, why is he so against her doing this?
大人をバカにするもんじゃねえぞ。コムスレ。
Oh, he thinks she's playing a prank.
至って真面目に話していますよ。ロボドクター、あなたの腕前についてはネットで調べさせてもらいました。相沢二郎博士最後の弟子、藤田哲治さん。
Aizawa Jiro. A doctor. So there was a robot doctor before Fujita.
よく調べたな。別に隠すほどのもんでもねえが。
あなたの助言が欲しいんです。このロボを実際に作って動かすには何が必要で何が必要じゃないのか教えてください。
帰れと言ってんだ。
いいえ、帰りません。
This is an interesting little backstory here. I'm glad we're getting this.
お前さんに教えることなど何もない。
だったら
Mizuki leans across the counter.
賭けをしませんか？
A wager? She made a wager?
賭け？
ロボット研究同好会は今年中にロボワンで優勝します。
And they did, didn't they?
それを実現できたらあなたの技術と知識をロボ犬にください。
Wow. Huh. That's quite a wager. Even at 15, there wasn't a timid bone in her. She was willing to wager with me, a person everyone called eccentric. Fujita is definitely that, eccentric. In my long years of living, Mizuki was the first girl I ever met who was that damn bold. Really? At the time, as she stared at me, there was this radiant illusion of dazzling light in her eyes. Much like Akiho, right now. I mean, they are sisters, so it's like they have that exact same dazzle in their eyes, right? To that end, I have similar expectations for Akiho, as someone with that same brilliant look in her eyes. Yeah.
試作1号機を完成させるための努力は不毛としか言いようがないですね。
何よ、また設計部分に口出しするの？
For some reason, the kids have started arguing. I'm sure Subaru has his own ideas of how to make Gunvarel.
でも残念でした。また全部却下しちゃうもんね。
That almost sounded like a taunt the way she said that.
そもそもあれがかっこいいとでも思っているんですか？
To Akiho, most definitely.
かっこよくないのはうちだって分かってるよ。
Oh. Never mind? Huh. I wasn't expecting her to say that.
でもあれじゃなきゃダメなの。
I mean, after 9 years, it's... What? She said like 75% of Gunvarel is done, right? So... It definitely still needs to be finished, for one, for everything to be ironed out and fully designed. Okay, now I can, thinking about it, I can see her point of view on this now. Maybe I'm giving her too much credit.
うるせえ。
Ah! It's like we're both taken aback. I loudly shout, causing the pair to close their mouths. And take a step back, too, I bet.
くだらねえ雑談はよそでやんな。それで
Yes?
どんなパーツが欲しいんだ？
そうこなくっちゃ。
But even then, as the man who lost that wager so many years ago, I'm in this for the long term. Until the day I die. I mean, this was his dream, right? To be a robot doctor? The robot club is no more. No, it isn't. Or until that giant robot of hers is completed. I'm in this until the end. Back to Kaito, I'm sure, here. It's quiet. It's also cooler than usual today. Oh, it's now the 30th. I just noticed. There's a carefree feel in the air as time passes by at the old airport. I look out at the runway. Juna has been practicing karate katas for nearly an hour. She always does this when she has nothing else to do. I wouldn't be surprised if she brought her karate-gi one of these days. There's still no sign of Subaru, but considering his old man, he'd likely get suspicious if he came early every day. Probably. As for Akiho, she's shut herself away in the hangar, doing something or other. Working on Gunvarel, more than likely. Whatever. She'll be fine on her own. Obviously, I'm playing tons of Kill Ballad. I've already played around 30 matches today, but I think I'll get another 10 in before lunch. With that happy thought running through my mind, I nonchalantly look up at the calendar on my phone droid. It's already July 30th. It's like, I've already noted that. Thank you, Kaito.
マジか。ちょっと、いや、かなりショック。
Why is it really crazy? Exactly? I want to cradle my head. 10 days have already passed since summer break started. You figure given that it's a month and a half long, it wouldn't go by so fast. We're already 1/4 of the way through. All I've done is take supplementary tests and play KB. That's right. Those ridiculous supplementary tests ate an entire 10 days of my precious summer break. Those tests are important though, right? So, I mean, that's what to. I mean, I'm not really familiar with the Japanese school system, but I only assume that these supplementary tests are like the tests that you take in order to qualify for college. You know, like the ACT or the ACT or the SATs. Before I got into college, I took the ACT tests instead of the SATs. But they're finally over. Of course, in the US, it doesn't take 10 days to take those tests. I'm a free man! I had to say it that way. There's about a month left of summer break. It might not be a bad idea to just throw myself into KB for the rest of it. Of course you would think that. I used that desperate idea to push out the other horrific beast looming on the horizon. Entrance exams from my head. Car horn? I could have sworn I just heard a car horn in the distance. It is a car horn. Who? Is it Michi? Akiho comes flying out of the hangar in response to the distant sound. What's going on? Or maybe it's a delivery truck, maybe, for the parts that she needs? Without my noticing, she's already changed into her work clothes. She sure seems enthusiastic.
誰が来たの?
誰じゃないよ。
It is the robot parts, isn't it?
パーツ？
Yeah. Akiho starts walking awkwardly toward the parking lot. Despite how it looks, she's actually running. Kind of. But taking it easy.
ヤシオくん、
Yes, Juna?
何かあったの？
Juna returns from the runway, wiping sweat off her forehead with a towel.
パーツが届いたらしいよ。
パーツって1号機くんの？
Model 1-kun. That's kind of funny that she's calling it Model 1-kun. And also kind of adorable that she's calling it that too.
多分ね。そういえば、1週間くらい前にロボクリニックで買い漁ったんだっけ。
And they finally got here. It took a week to get here. Okay. Juna and I stayed behind in the club room at the time. As usual, Juna has no desire to go to the robot clinic. Yeah, because of her fear of her grandfather's robots, unfortunately. I wonder if she's ever going to actually overcome her fear of robots at some point. I hope she does. I guess she really can't handle Doc. Well, it's not so much handling Doc, but, you know, his robots. Yes, he's scary, but even I can't help but feel bad that his own granddaughter can't stand him. I guess to Juna, her grandfather would be a little scary given what happened at the time when she found his robots. Juna is rendered speechless. Akiho opens the metal mesh gate connecting to the parking lot, and a large truck comes rolling in. There's a sheet over the cargo. Given how big it is, there's either a lot of something or one big thing. I wonder which one it is. And not only that, there's more than one truck. Oh, more than one. A small truck with a crane attached to it follows the first one into the lot. Oh, so it's a big something then. The two trucks follow Akiho's signaling, drive up to the front of the hangar, then stop.
Oh, Akiho-chan! 運んできてやったぞ!
Sumio is here. Michi's uncle, okay. I wasn't actually expecting Sumio to show up here. I mean, here at the airport, that is. Oh, what's wrong, Judah? A large man gets out of the passenger seat of the larger truck. Given Juna's voiced surprise, she must know who this guy is. Yeah, Kaito never did meet Michi's uncle. It's like he just stayed, what, like in the lobby of the Space Candy Company and ate candy while he was there? Yeah. He's the man behind my beloved space candy, and also Michi's relative? I guess his face does look similar. Yes, very much so. Just a little more robust. As the two of us watch him from a distance, he notices us. A huge smile crosses his face, and he waddles his massive body over to us. Waddles over. Okay, so he walks like a duck? Okay, now I'm just picturing that. Now I'm just picturing Sumio as a big fat duck. That's cracking me up. He's like a bear. Okay, okay, so let's mix in a bear to that, into that as well. So he's a duck bear. A bear duck? I'm trying to think of how to combine the two, and they both of them combined. It's like you either get like deer or buck, which is two other completely different animals. Anyway, and for some reason there's a parakeet fluttering atop his head. Oh no. He brought his parakeet with him? Why would he bring his parakeet? Oh, great. The sexual harassment flippin' parakeet. Great.
Yo, Chunna-chan.
Looks like his aim was Juna. Also? Juna bows deeply.
考えてくれたかのう。我が社のキャンペーンガールになってくれる話じゃが。
This is gonna be news for Kaito, isn't it?
無理です。
ボインちゃん、ボインちゃんいいね。
This parakeet is kind of insufferable.
ギャラも弾むがどうだね。
無理です。
She doesn't want the attention, does she? That kind of attention, being a poster girl? Basically a model?
そうか。残念だのう。
The president suddenly turns his attention to me.
君がヤシオ君か。
That would be correct.
は
アキホちゃんから話は聞いとるぞ。おれ、お土産だ。ちゃんと食え。
Did Sumio just give Kaito like a box full of space candy? It's like you just made Kaito's day if he did. He hands me an entire box of 12 bags of space candy.
ありがとうございます。
I'm genuinely surprised. This is pretty exciting. Of course, Kaito would get excited about space candy. Getting a box full of them? 12 of them? I mean, how much comes in a box? There's a bit of a commotion coming from the trucks. I glance over to find the workers who drove in using the crane to unload the large cargo. Actually, wait a sec. One of those workers is Michi. Oh, Michi's here too.
カイ、ジュン、どう？
どうって？
待望の発電機だよ。それにエンジンもラジエーターもバッテリーだってたくさん。
Got a lot of stuff. Power generator, engine, radiator, and a bunch of batteries.
すごいね。
すごいね。
ずいぶん買い込んだじゃないか。
It's like, how much money did she have?
スポンサーである社長が気前よくポーンと出してくれたおかげだよ。
Ah. So he got the money from space candy.
しかもね、西の表港からここまでパーツを運ぶのまでやってくれたんだよ。おかげで助かっちゃった。
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like with really big parts, that is very helpful.
ミッチーに頼んでもらったんだけどね。
And he gladly helped, right?
へえ。
これで必要なパーツはほぼ揃ったよ。あと足りないのって毒お手製の巨大サーボモーターぐらいで。
Exactly how big are the servo motors?
それももう発注かけてるんだ。っていうか毒ってば何年も前にあらかじめ作り終えてて、あとは調整するだけだって言ってた。
Really? You made them years ago? Finished making them years ago anyway? Huh. That's pretty major progress. Yeah. Although I'm not sure what to think of it considering money did all the talking. I mean, You need money to buy parts. What do you expect, Kaito?
接合パーツなんかはほとんど製作済みでハンガーに保管してあるから、残る作業は組み立てだけ。もうできたも同然でしょ。
Could say that, yeah. Our president's starting to get ahead of herself yet again. Even an amateur like me knows that the hardest part of making a giant robot over 10 meters tall is assembling it. Yeah, that's gonna come last, I take it. Akiho's way too optimistic about all of this. Someone has to be optimistic, and Akiho's the best person here to be optimistic.
そうかそうか、できたも同然か。インパクト的にはいいことだぞ。
It was almost a little jarring for Juna to just fade away, and in her place, Sumio fades in. It was kind of took me aback a little bit. As Sumio, your mouth is pulsating, and it looks honestly kind of weird. The president is giving off the same aura as Akiho.
ちなみにの、今うちの社でステッカーを作っとるからだ。
Producing stickers, okay.
ステッカー？
ああ、スペースアメ車っちゅうてダーンと書いてあるでっかいやつだ。
How big? I mean, I'm sure Akiho doesn't want Space Candy Company stickers plastered all over a Gunvarel. That wouldn't look cool at all, right?
もういいんじゃん。
Sumio, could you go put your damn parakeet in the truck or something?
それをな、ロボの一番目立つところに貼ってくれ。頼んだぞ、アキオちゃん。
ステッカー。
She's not saying much about this. A natural demand from a sponsor. Yeah. They're offering money in exchange for advertising, after all. That's true. But it looks like Akiho had no clue about any of this.
社長。ステッカーを貼るとガンツクワンの頑張れるらしさが台無しになっちゃうんだけど。
Well, what? What if they, like, put, like, a couple of stickers on it? I mean, surely she doesn't want them all plastered all over them. But maybe just, like, a couple, just to show off that it is being sponsored. And maybe not somewhere that's very visible, you know, like the chest plate, but maybe like if they're small enough, maybe like on the legs or the arms.
らしさ、それはインパクト的に重要なんか？そもそも頑張れるっちゅうのは何なんじゃ？
Yeah, he doesn't know robots.
うちらが作ってるロボのモデルは頑張れるっていうアニメのロボなんです。アニメの頑張れるは目立つところにステッカーなんて貼ってないから。
Right, and she wants to stay true to the original design of Gundrill as much as possible, right?
だがな、お嬢ちゃん、インパクトっちゅうのは大事だ。やはりの一番目立つ場所に貼るってのは譲れん。
そもそも貼るの前提なんだ。
それとな、そのロボっちゅうのは人が乗ると聞いたが。
はい、乗ります。それが巨大ロボとしての正しい姿ですから。
That sounds like a jab at Subaru, who, by the way, is still not here. I wonder if his father found out. That makes me worried.
で、その乗組員な。
乗組員じゃなくてパイロット。
我が社としては純奈ちゃんを希望させてもらう。
Juna is not the best candidate to be the pilot, like at all. And of course, Juna is taken aback by that. What a turn of events. Huh. The wind blows in my favor.
無理です。私。
パイロットは今のところここにいる階に。
いいや、俺はまだ一言も乗るとは言ってないよ。
I mean, while that may be, he is the only one who can operate it to its best ability.
ちょっと階。
それにほら、資金を出してくれたスポンサー様の意向には逆らえないでしょう。ね
I mean, while he may be right about this, he also kind of sounds like he's trying to weasel out of being the pilot. I look at Juna, who is currently muttering to herself with tears in her eyes, desperately shaking her head.
というわけで社長、ステッカーとパイロットの件はちゃんと検討しておきますんで。
そっかそっか、よろしく頼むの。特に純奈ちゃんを乗組員にする件な。
Except the whole robot club is the crew. It's like the pilot is the most essential part of the crew, but it's not going to be Juna.
パイロット。
島出身の空手家美少女が操縦する巨大ロボっちゅうのはインパクト絶大だ。
ボインちゃん。
I am going to break your neck, Taro.
確実に何日新聞には取り上げられる。これは一面狙えるぞ。もしかすると純奈ちゃんに単独インタビューとかもあるかもしれんね。
That's too much attention for Juna, I think. Too much for her to handle. Aw, Juna. Aw. It's like she almost seems like she's shaking like a leaf. This whole time, Juna has been looking like she's seeing the world end before her eyes. Aww. Considering she's constantly practicing karate because she has nothing else to do, she should just roll with it. As our conversation continues, the rest of the parts are steadily unloaded from the truck. As soon as all the cargo was unloaded from the truck, the Space Candy Company president left like a passing storm. And now all is quiet. I bet he is. Michi was left behind. He's tiredly complaining while sipping from a small carton of milk.
いいかお前ら、身内はとことん利用しろって話があるだろう。あれは嘘だ。
Take advantage of your family's help? You don't take advantage of your family's help. No. That's how you lose trust in your family.
正しくはこうだ。身内を利用すると利用されることも増える。わかったか？これ豆知識だからな。覚えとけ。
No. This should not be a pro tip. This is completely the opposite. Should a teacher really be saying that to his students? Yeah, seriously. It's like that is not a good, I'm putting this in air quotes, life lesson. This is just kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth with this. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop it here for now. So we'll get back to Michi's pro tipping next time. Michi's a piece of work. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you may be.